Hello everyone, and welcome back to a brand new Dying Light 2 second anniversary video. Today I'll be talking about a general wishlist for the upcoming Nightmare mode for the game. So, let's just get started. As you all may know, the current difficulty in nighttime experience is pretty lacking on top of other aspects that greatly harm the experience, such as the lighting, the enemy AI, and how the overall night transition is portrayed in the world. To start off, the night is still pretty bright, and while I think filters can help those shape their own experience and look of the game, on the other hand, I also think it hinders the overall fear factor of the game and its danger of the street level as compared to Dying Light 1. The skybox alone did a really good job at letting players know when to run and hide from the growing population of volatiles. The overall design was also something to appreciate, as it was not just one gray volatile model that we have in the current game, but some would be a dark or bright shade of red, which helped show off their bleeding muscles. Adding on to their general rage within the infection, as you were pounced, you really had no choice but to look at them and break free or pretty much let the infected consume you. Not to talk about the AI. Volatiles are still pretty dumb in regards to their pathfinding, but do fall off buildings when failing a pounce, so it creates a sort of balance within the immersion and gameplay. Just if the player was to perform an action and fail, they would be punished. As for virals, there was a small moment of time where viral pounces would make them fall off, but for some reason the issue came back and now virals just hit an invisible wall, and in some cases can still pounce onto you if the animation is still playing, which the community has been frustrated about for months now, because it pretty much hasn't really been basically addressed. To add on to the fear factor, I hope that howlers or volatiles can mutate regular bodies into virals in regards to their behavior, to raise the stakes in chases, as it is pretty easy to escape them, and the time the chases linger after an escape is also pretty quick. When it comes to the general shift of gaming, I've personally seen a sudden change not just in appreciating gameplay, but also the attention to detail in players' experiences. Players nowadays want the game they pay to make them feel immersed and make you feel like they don't just own the game, but also the world sandbox that they play in. Inertia was shown very early on in Dying Light 2 trailers, but for some reason it was removed. That detail alone can still distill a lot of fear into the player. If a howler or volatile at night can yell at Aiden not just to make him disoriented, but also disturb with his flashlight. Another key note on the general transition of the daytime going into the night is also lacking, not just in Skybox, but also in general population. Earlier trailers have shown massive troves of zombies roaming the streets and limping out of windows. Now all we have is a few biters or virals jumping out of windows, or magically spawning under trucks that lead to nowhere to give off a very, very weak illusion of them actually living in the world you are playing in. My final hope for Nightmare mode is to not just raise the health again, but to also make AI unpredictable in certain situations and make the world feel more natural with dynamic events and not just ChatGPT generated spots, which I'm sure any player with at least 300 hours can easily spot after New Game Plusing a few times. Lastly, I present you all with a temporary solution to a few of these problems I have raised. Nightmare Until Dawn 2. from the same creator who made the first mod for Dying Light 1. He has been very hard at work to create a more horrifying experience while bringing several quality of life improvements with what he states as harder chases, more zombies on the streets at night, climbing biters, deadlier volatiles, and so much more. Before I get into the details and overview of the mod, I had the gift of getting some developer insight from July Crab on the mod. Note, making the mod is somewhat painful when Techland updates the game, as it has a high chance to break sometimes and could take me up to weeks or months. Example, the Good Night Good Luck update took me 3 months to fix and rework the whole mode. Originally, this mod came from my first one called Nightmare Until Dawn, which took me about 2 years to make as I was learning how to mod Dying Light 1. Nightmare Until Dawn 2 had an insane version which made the chase instantly level 4 and would spawn 250 volatiles and 100 virals, but later removed due to the performance issues. When I made the mod, it was easy. I started from the 10th of February 2022 and released it on the 31st of August 2022. Creating basic features was easy, but got harder along the lines of implementing new mechanics and finding specific values in which I can modify. At this current time, I also want to take feedback from players so I can improve and balance the gameplay. Once again, thank you July for the amazing insight onto how the whole development process of the mod was created, and for those who want to try out the mod, I will leave a link to it in the description and leave a link to a Discord channel, where you are able to provide feedback, play builds early, and participate in developer Q&As. Now personally, this mod provides a lot of wonderful improvements and animation changes, such as monkey bar jump animation and an actual balanced landing jump that I've been wanting in the base game for a long time now, as I always felt the current animation did not make sense to me, as well as other animations I won't spoil. The fact that July has toned down the general volatile and biter count, it still feels very versatile and makes the world feel more alive, as the streets are very packed with biters and spitters, which makes escaping chases much more harder, as well as the overall gravity of the game also being slightly tweaked to be heavier and more realistic. So just be careful when you blindly jump off a balcony when you can just roll like me. On that note, it will take you a very long time to escape these chases, and if you are running on rooftops, they will actually spawn near you in some cases to try and cut you off, which heightens the overall fear factor of the game, making you feel more boxed in and hopeless. There is much more in this mod that truly brings an amazing breath of fresh air into the night, so I highly recommend you all download this mod and see for yourself. But before so, remember to back up your saves. Doing a quick Google search on how to find the files to back up is pretty easy. If you guys enjoyed the video, leaving a like and comment is very much appreciated. Even subscribing would help me a lot, as I am trying to release more frequent but engaging content for you guys and hopefully reach 1,000 subs one day. Let me know what you guys think of the mod down below, and as always, good night and good luck.